Good evening, class. Tonight I'm here to talk to you about a growing epidemic in America and in our public schools with childhood obesity. In recent years, the Center of Disease Control did a study, and in 1980 their findings saw that children between the ages of 6 and 11 years old grew from obesity from 7% to 18% in 2010. And the children from ages of 12 to 19 from 1980 to 2010 also grew from 5% to 18% during this same period. While this epidemic is plaguing our schools and our children, it's also coming with an underlining that we're not seeing as of yet. With obesity comes the risk of many forms and types of cancer, including but not limited to breast, colon, kidney, pancreas, gallbladder, thyroid, ovary, cervix, and prostate, and that's just to name the few. Our children's health should be a priority. It should not be a side dish, for better lack of terminology. With the lack of higher standard being enforced in our school systems across America, we as a country are failing. The only way to bring this epidemic back into control is by holding these programs to a higher standard, and we must start now. In recent years, the government's taken an all-hands-on approach with the current administration and Michelle Obama, our First Lady, introducing the Let's Move initiative, which is a program that provides children and public schools with the tools to educate and try to get their hands on obesity. With this initiative, it is an educational campaign that Michelle has taken, and for better lack, it just has not produced as much as it should have. The government is trying to provide the tools to beat this disease. However, many schools across America just aren't acting on it. Anoda Elementary in Vinunas, California, not only do they not have a gymnasium, they don't even have physical education teachers. This type of behavior from schools is unacceptable, and it must not be tolerated, and it must be acknowledged from our government as well as the community. Our community school system cafeterias are held to a standard where they must meet the FMNV, or the food of minimal nutritional value, and serve it within our public schools. What that is it is defined as a food that holds no less than 5% of the daily nutritional value. FMMV was designed back in 1970 to keep the worst of the worst type of foods out of our school walls. However, it's not producing as it should. While many states in recent years have attempted to keep foods out of our dining halls that are unacceptable for our children or not healthy enough, there are some states that are actually going the other direction. I pick out Texas as an example. The Texas Department of Agriculture recently went into the schools and trying to eliminate foods that were considered junky foods or unnutritional foods, and they failed. The Texas legislator, Republican House Representative Ken King, introduced in the last legislative session in Texas a bill called HB 1781, which ensures that Texas high schools have the freedom to continue to sell junk food for fundraisers, which expressly forbids the Texas Department of Agriculture from finding those schools based upon not meeting the food's minimal nutritional value. With our government ensuring that our schools may continue to sell junk food regardless of it being in the cafeteria or just during a fundraiser, in my opinion, is absurd. We must see that the schools are either have some type of legislation that enforces them to buy more expensive, healthier foods for our children, or we must settle for obesity becoming an even bigger epidemic in America. Right now, currently, 98% of the high schools and elementary schools and middle schools in America, they all have at least one vending machine full of junk food. There's no reason why these vending machines could not be replaced with a healthier alternative food to better ensue our children. Our children must be a concern, for they are our future leaders. The fitness program that helps them grow older and stronger must be the utmost importance. If it's not, we will see that in the oncoming years, a growing epidemic that is simply just out of control. Thank you for your time and have a good night.